Hello, good evening, good day, good morning, good night. Welcome to Positive Rate. How's everyone doing today? Welcome along. We are doing a great flight today, and we've got our very own Positive Rate community member, Kevin, also known as the Mighty Mackrel. Hi, Kev. How are you doing today?
Good evening. I'm very good. How are you?
Well, you're coming in very hot. I'm going to have to trim some of that excitement out of your volume. There we go.
I'll turn it down there. 1 second.
No, that's it. Don't know. I'm adjusting it my side. Here.
Good.
How?
Good.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
I can indeed. Can you?
Yeah, but now you're quiet. You need to put it back to where it was before.
Oh god, okay, 1 second. There we are, there it is.
That's it. So yeah, great. Thanks for doing this, Kev. A brilliant flight plan today. It's around the southern part of Ireland, of the Republic, and of course we are in County Cork. Am I correct in saying that, sir?
You are indeed, yeah. We're in Cork in the south of Ireland. So Cork Airport, Echo India Charlie Kilo.
Very good. And we've got a few people in the chat today, so a big hello to Wayne. Is he still with us today? I don't know. Of course, we've got.
I saw him earlier.
Yeah. And we've got Nick, Shark Kitty, and Dark Fury. Welcome along. I'm sure more will join as we come on. Quick Willy, grab the trim wheel, Shark Kitty says. Dancing time, yep. I thought I'd pick something appropriate, kind of culture appropriate for the flight today, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it sounds a bit right anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, just take a quick swoop in. So I did get some more downloads aircraft-wise because I heard that Shark Kitty was going to be flying the Freedom Fox today, so we're going to have a look at that. And there's my plane, I think. Or possibly someone else's plane. I think that might be mine. We've got buses parked everywhere. What is going on here? That's not on. That's just.
We're in the wrong part of the city for the bus station, anyways.
That's it. So unfortunately that Freedom Fox has not come in. I haven't actually loaded it in the game, so I don't know if that's because I've downloaded it and it's installed, but possibly it's not. I didn't have time to actually run it in the sim. So we'll just have to take the tag's name for it that you're flying a Freedom Fox. Anyway, but yeah, welcome along. We so this is it's a bit of a different flight, this one, isn't it, Kev? We're going to do a circular tour, which I think is something I've done in the past. Do you want to give us a brief summary of the flight route today?
Sure thing. So we're going to head up north directly towards the River Lee, where we're going to follow it round. We're going to go over Inniscarra, we're going to go over Ballingeary. In 1 second, I'll put my flight plan just to remind myself of the town names. So we're heading basically to Guganbarra, which is a lovely place. I've been there in person and it's stunning. So then we're going to head down to Bantry Bay, and we're going to go around Whitty Island. We're going to land at Bantry, which is a quite challenging approach because of the short runway, and Bantry Bay at either end. We're then going to follow the coast around. We're going to pay a visit to Fastnet Lighthouse, and then we're going to come back further along the coast. We're going to pay a visit to Skibbereen. We're going to go to Glandore and Union Hall. And then we're going to go off Kinsale, come up Cork Harbour, up Lochmahan, into the city, and back into Cork Airport.
You know, I've got a bit of a complaint. It doesn't sound like you've put a lot of work into this. I'm joking.
I've written 1,000-word essay.
Yeah, no, there's quite a lot to pack in there. And of course, if you're watching, you can go into the show notes in YouTube below. There's a couple things there, but there's a flight plan with a lovely flight description, absolutely brilliant. I really thought that was fantastically done.
Thank you.
Plenty to see, as you'll have just heard from Kev. And there's a flight plan as well you can import into the flight simulator. So in fact, I'm just going to double check to make sure that indeed has come into the plan here. So I'm going to check. You have to do a bit of a fiddle here because it doesn't like to turn my flight. Yeah, the flight plan is in. So yeah, we're taking off in a northerly direction, peeling off to the west, and then circling about, coming back east again, and we'll circle in to Cork back from the north, from the east side, which is cool. And there's a really cool thing that I've checked out, and this was part of the downloadable scenery. It's is it Fastnet Lighthouse? Is that it? It's not pronounced any different way, is it? It's fantastic. Yeah. It's really cool. And
funny. Albo creation.
Yeah, and it's very remote. I mean, does anybody live there? Because by God, I hope they have.
Back in the days of the lighthouse keepers, there would have been a person living there, but he would definitely have had a boat or some sort of helicopter, maybe in later days. But nowadays, it's all uncontrolled controlled remotely by Irish Lights. So
yes, as of course many Scottish lighthouses in the same boat, and yeah, but you do wonder what it must have been a bloody lonely life. So either you had a good deck of playing cards, or you had quite a fit wife to keep you company when you were sitting on the island by yourself.
Yeah. Funnily enough, actually, if you look at the thumbnail, there's a little stump of a lighthouse left there before. That was made of cast iron and it wobbled.
It's unbelievable. You know, there's plenty of locations like that, but we'll see it. Let's. We're talking too much about this. We're giving away all the secrets of this fantastic route. So
We are indeed.
Here, come on, Cabra. Here we go. Here we go. And I couldn't find. I have located my Willy Canuck cat today. And Trip 500's just popped in, and so is Pilot Pat. Hello, Pilot Pat. How are you, Patrick? Great to have you along. I suppose we should check in on the chat here just quickly. Sharkity says, I'll be a high-wing tail dragger bonanza then. Yeah, sorry. You know, I absolutely wanted to see the Freedom Fox there, but I think that the trick is, Kev, when you get a new model, if you want to see someone else flying it, you have to have at least loaded it into a proper flight at least once.
I think that might be the case, yeah.
Yeah, it's it. And Trify100 says, hey, Willy, I just made it. Yes! Thank you for coming along, mate. I really appreciate that. We met today on Big Jacko's stream, Big Jacko from Australia, who's actually going to join me on the Haggis Poutine show on Sunday for the radio show. And he's totally up for doing a Australian route for us in about 3 weeks' time for Positive Rate. So, and it's going to be 6 o'clock in the morning start for him as well, so that's quite brave of the man.
That would be a challenge.
It would, yeah, it certainly would for me anyway. So yeah, Trip 500, if you're joining, we are in Cork. The flight plan should be at the top there, so yes it is. I'm getting more and more clever, because I have to remind myself where I am. So it's Echo India Charlie Kilo, and just pick any old ramp. But we are on the West Europe server. That's the key thing there, the West Europe server. And Nick says, I had that problem with the DC3, works great now. Is that thing's just not showing into the sim, or are you referring to something different? Is Cloudbot not coming in? Oh, that's weird. Let me just make sure that Cloudbot's working here. That's no good. There's always some sort of technical hitch when you're doing these things, isn't it?
It always works.
Alright, so I think Cloudbot may have gone to sleep. I'm just going to check quickly to make sure it's turned on. Because that's not going to be much fun if we can't do all of our fantastic memes. And once I get this going, we shall see if Cloudbot gets going. I should have checked. Well, the thing is, it's really difficult to check these things before you stream, because you don't really know if it's going to be working or not. So that's a strange thing about it. Right, so Cloudbot or Streambot or whatever I call it, it seems to be asleep. Oh, what a shame! I have no idea why that's happening. Right, what are we gonna do? Okay, we're just gonna have to. Okay, so there's no Cloudbot today, and that's handy. I have no idea why that's happened. We're gonna have to create our own memes today. Okay. Anyway, shall we get going? So I am going to. I think the music's maybe a touch loud. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. And we'll go on the fuel. I think I've already turned the gear release off. Yes, I have. And so I am going to start the engine. Now, I don't know what the prevailing wind right now is if we're using the scattered clouds.
My windsock is saying for 2.5 anyway, is probably the best bet. So that would be a 2.5 departure and then a right-hand turn up towards Lee.
So I need now. There's 2.5. Is that as I'm facing the runway? Is that right or left?
You're facing, yeah, so it'll be to your left, I'd say, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's where we're gonna head out to. Fair enough.
Excellent.
GPS, and we'll put some lights on here. Pitot heat shouldn't really need it, but actually I don't think so because it'll be probably be a warm temperature in the sim. So, and I set the time for the stream today as first thing in the morning because when the sun was rising and the colors over this landscape is absolutely fantastic, even in the simulator. It really speaks volumes in terms of what it must be like to live here. And are you quite close to Cork Airport?
I am. I'm kind of the other side of the harbour, so like that's
right.
like it's the same kind of thing. It's not like what you were saying now was kind of what it was this morning. Like the sunrise is the same, absolutely stunning. It's like spot on.
And I see a high wing-tailed dragger bonanza going past me. So sorry, 20 for heading 25. That's actually going to the east side of the runway, isn't it? That's where we're starting.
Exactly. I would be facing 0, so west isn't really.
Ready. Let's see. I think we're ready to go here. So let's all pack down to the end of the runway.
It'll be a tight fist.
In an orderly fashion, no less. Everyone's going a different direction here. I don't know which way I'm going now.
Orderly fashion is probably an overestimation.
Right, we're going. Let's be clear. We're going runway 25, aren't we? We're going runway 25. So I'm just gonna get my map up here just to make sure I'm not. It's I should know this inherently, but because I'm streaming, I'm panicking, and my that part of my brain actually does all these clever things, and Flight Simulator says I have no idea.
Exactly, I know what you mean. It leaves.
So she'll have a guess. Here we go.
Yeah, if we take the southernmost taxiway, it's like the left-hand kind of one onto the runway.
Oh right, runway 25. Okay, so this is one that's perpendicular to the runway we're looking at. This is on.
Exactly, yeah. It's a shorter one.
Okay, all right. Right. So what's the quickest way to get over there? I wonder.
Just go around the terminal. It'll be to the left of the terminal, so then the lower kind of taxiway, so the one kind of further towards the harbour. I probably explained that very badly. So
kind of. It looks like we actually have to. Oh, I see.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, once you can see what I'm trying to say, then you can go there.
All right. So there is a bit of backtracking we got to do here, then.
Tiny bit, yeah. There's no direct taxiways to any of the ends apart from like the 1-6 end. So most runways here near back.
Okay. All right. Now it makes sense why everybody is going this direction.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Of course, naturally, as the presenter of this stream, I've got it all together and I know exactly what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Putting a little bit too many things at once here. Okay, I am approaching the runway. I'm going to come onto it, and we're going to backtrack. All the fine fellows are waiting for us. Here we go.
Yeah, if everyone just heads towards myself and Nick, then we should be alright.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, I see we got a helicopter, Trip 500. Welcome to Cork Airport. Interesting choice of aircraft.
It's a Trip 500 says, damn, I need to grab my green beer. Wayne says, Kev's mic is very clear, but poor Willy has his head in a bucket. Do I have my head in a bucket? I don't know what I've done.
You sound fine on Discord.
Okay. It could be that it's a bit quiet for everyone on the stream. But I'll boost it a wee bit. Tell me if that's any better for you, Wayne. And we'll just let everyone catch up with us here. And we'll catch up with the chat. So we got Beluga on PC. Hello. Hi, Beluga. How you doing? Great to have you along. Thanks for joining. Wayne, are you flying with us then? If we see another kind of tail dragger looking item which doesn't look like a Spitfire, it'll be a Spitfire. Yes, I think I see it. There he is. He's up ahead. Wayne is backtracking as we speak. He's coming our way. So we'll give him a sec just to catch up. But by the time we take off, Kev, he's going to be going twice our speed anyway.
Exactly, yeah. His rotate speed is going to be much lower than ours.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wayne says that's a tad more gooder Willy. Right, brilliant. Okay, thanks for pointing that out, Wayne. That's good to know. I would hate to have gone through the whole stream and not known. So, anyway, I was going to tell you about my hat, Kev. I found out where my hat is. I left it at a friend's house, and it's now being held hostage because of COVID.
Oh dear, no!
So,
that's the situation. It's called the hat embassy.
So I said, well, it doesn't matter. I can wash it. And a friend said, no, I can't possibly give it to you because if you do catch COVID on the basis that it is infected on your hat from me, I could never, forgive myself. So come back next week after my quarantine. Yeah. So my hat, my Willy Canuck hat, has COVID. Quite literally.
Has got vaccinations.
Now I see a stormy bullet off in the distance. I don't know if that's somebody that just happens to be here, which is fine.
I'd say that's someone else. He's on 3-4, so yeah. Yeah,
possible. He's probably looking at the runway, going, "Well, what's going on down there then?"
Exactly. Let's go party on the runway.
Is somebody having like an airplane drinking party at the end of runway 25? We don't know. We don't know. All right, shall we get off? I'm going to set my flaps here, and we shouldn't encounter too much wind.
Yeah, no, it's only like 3 knots on the windsock, according to me, anyways.
But off I go.
Rolling.
Let that speed build up to about 70, and we'll just give it a little bit of back pressure. Oh, there she goes. Positive rate, gear up. And I think is 1,500 feet a safe height for us? I think we'll probably take it up to 2,000. So if you're flying along with us, let's try and aim for 2,000 feet or so. Wayne says, new name, Atlas Willy. Never wears ats. Oh,
that's a good one, man.
That's shocking. That's shocking. He does come out with some corkers, like. Ah, he comes out with corkers, and we're in Cork. There you go.
Interesting.
I don't know. That was terrible, equally terrible. So I'm not gonna own that too much. Right, so I am gonna settle in for 120 knots. So if everyone's paying attention, try not to get too far ahead of me, because we want a bit of time to take in some of this beautiful scenery, of course. Assuming that does give me 120 knots, I'm not sure. It seems to be struggling. Oh, probably because my flaps are in. That'll be why. I've broken the airplane already. There you go. That's the thing. I keep forgetting to turn off the fuel pump, and I said this stream I'm definitely going to turn the fuel pump off. So this time I got up, I said, yep, there's the fuel pump. I've turned it off, left my flaps down. Okay, never mind. We're not doing very well here. Now there's...
You'll always forget something, to be fair.
Now, it says we have a point of interest up ahead of us. What would this be?
This is Canuck, so it's the town, so it's kind of Cork, kind of in the because it's been expanded recently. It's been moved into the city. It's the EICK Cork Institute of Technology up here.
You're breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up a tad bit. Yeah. I don't know if you want to try leaving the call and joining again, see if that works.
Yeah, do that there. 1 second.
Okay. So in the meantime, I just enjoy the splendid Ireland scenery. It's Blarney Castle. Aha.
Oh. Okay. That's nice that you.
No, I think we might be losing Kevin, so...
Anything new? I had lost you for a second, but I hear you now again, so...
You're stabilizing a wee bit.
Excellent.
My plane's going its own direction. And everyone's up ahead of us.
The autopilot route should be set to send you up towards Inniscarra.
Okie dokie. We'll wait for that.
So I don't know what's gonna.
I think this is going to be the technical hitch stream because you're breaking up. Cloudbot's not working. It's just
it's gonna be a great disaster stream.
It's all going wrong today.
Hopefully it'll stabilize anyways.
Horribly wrong. We got a little bit of formation flying. This will be a Kit Fox dressed as a bonanza behind me. Look at that sun just coming up over the crest. That is beautiful. Yeah, we got a little bit of formation flying going on here. That's very nice.
I'm making life very hard from Wayne coming along. Cause Wayne's trying to form up me and I'm trying to form up on you, so I'm making life very hard for him.
Ah, see, are you guys doing a bit of a chase today? Are you in the BF 109? Is that what it is?
I'm in the Arrow.
Oh, you're in the Arrow. Oh, right.
Yeah. Is it not showing up as an Arrow view?
It must be the infamous fighter pilot conversion Piper Arrow Turbo.
Exactly.
But I just can't get over. It's a very kind of rolling hills, but just the landscape with the farms dotted with the little kind of lakes and rivers. It's just really, it's something completely different from Scotland, because I think a lot of people think that Scotland and Ireland are very similar, and I think some places probably are.
Yeah, like a lot of places up north might be a bit more similar to Scotland than like down here in the south. But yeah, definitely it's completely different. Like I went to London, for example, and going through even like that part. Like I went from Wales to London, and it was completely different to home.
Ah, yes. Okay, well that would make a wee bit of sense. But just absolutely stunning. Really, really lovely. Have a big check back into the cockpit here.
Wayne says I sound like I actually haven't heard.
Oh, say again, Kev? Oh dear, this is going to be a challenging stream. Break it up terribly.
Oh no. My internet might stay down this. If you give it a little bit, it has its moment.
It does, yeah. I get you for moments, and then you kind of cut out a bit, so we'll try to make the best of it. Nick says, get Kevin more Guinness. Yeah, absolutely. Wayne says, Kev sounds like Cher. Come on. Pilot Pat, you never forget to forget something. Yeah. Yeah. I do, on the conscious, I forget I don't know. I can't digest that sentence. It's alright. Oh, Dark says the hat available soon. Now, what are you referring to, Dark? Is this, would one be able to procure a Willy Canuck hat or a positive rate hat? Because I was thinking about that. And was actually thinking about... Big Jacko gave me a really good idea today, Kev. He was giving out a keychain. It has a Big Jacko keychain. I thought the positive rate logo would look absolutely cracker on a keychain, actually.
That would be amazing, yeah.
It'd be actually, because it'd be quite lush, wouldn't it? People would look at it and they'd think it was like some fancy thing you got from Tiffany's or something like that. Not that
Exactly.
I'm trying to play it up.
I mean, it's got the Latin on it, so you know, it's very fancy.
And Trip says, I think I forgot to forget. Yeah, well, we all have this issue. Beluga on PC says, what's your speed? I shall double check, sir. If I've done it right, it should be approximately 120, which I am. There you go. 120 knots, Beluga. And I know that because in the Arrow, I always set it for 25 of the manifold pressure, and that usually gives me spot on 120 knots. 'Tis a very reliable airplane, she is, and she's lovely, absolutely lovely, and just as lovely outside as inside. And if you don't have it, if you have the Piper Arrow, well, if you don't have the Just Flight Piper Arrow, it's fantastic. Go get it. It's great. And I don't get paid to say that. I receive no money from Just Flight. But if you get said Arrow, you can then go to flightsim.to, and this is the Turbo Arrow specifically, and get yourself a positive rate livery, which is available in the links in the show description. And we've got two different kinds. We've got American registration and a British. I believe the British one has the Scott Leaf, and the American one I think has the positive, the old school positive rate logo, because we've already got old school liveries now. And it can be yours. And once we get back on the ground, we'll do a wide shot and see if we can keep going. And Beluga says, keep the subs at a positive rate. Yes, absolutely. I hope so. From your mouth to God's ears, Beluga. I just wish I could get Cloudbot going. That is super annoying. Really, really super annoying. Very disappointed.
It's because it's hitting the clouds.
Yeah. No idea what has caused that at all. I always see other streamers suffering from this, but you never think it's going to happen to you until it does.
Exactly. I've just lost everyone, by the way, so if people can see me, just follow me, because I know the route like the back of my hand there.
Yeah, that's it. No idea. I'm trying to do multiple things at once. Oh well, never mind.
I know the feeling.
So whereabouts are we right now? I'm looking at we've got a winding river.
So if we're heading in, yeah, so this is the River Lee. So this, I can't remember the name of this block now, but our right, there's a little town that's called Bantry, and straight ahead of us there is a big mountain range. They are the Derry-na-Sagart Mountains. So across those mountains is Kerry, and we're going to be heading kind of into them. Yeah, I can actually see our destination already. So kind of, if we're facing due west, at around 11 o'clock, there's a little lake. That's Barra. That's our destination. And we're going to kind of be following the little hill just off our left-hand nose. We're going to go around there. The River Lee follows around there.
Yep.
So we're going to be going through Ballingeary. We're going to go over Lochalua. Where else are we going to be going? Let me just have a nose. Yeah, so we're going to be going to Ballingeary, Lochalua, sorry, I'm forgetting the names now because this is kind of a bit further west than what I'm used to. But yeah, so this is all just a lovely, lovely, stunning area. Like there's
it is.
cows actually, funny enough. Yeah, funny enough,
is.
it's cows that kind of show.
It looks like it.
Say again?
Oh, you're breaking up a bit, but I was going to say it looks like a fantastic place to slaughter a cow and eat it. It really does.
There's a lot of cow farms around here. So like, what I was saying there, funnily enough, is there's a load of cows that go up and drink along Lochalua. I'll point it out to you when we're going over there now. But yeah, it makes really good photos. So yeah.
And Irish beef, of course, I'm no stranger to Irish beef. Quite a tasty type of meat as well. Just catching up in the chat. So Wayne's saying, I want a Catford sewage works at. Yeah, I saw that one a mile away, Wayne. He's also saying, I have the Positive Right livery. I couldn't get the Spitfire to wear it. Well, we can't cater to everybody. And Nick says, I love Just Flight products. Yes, I do too. They are a fantastic company. I hear something that sounds jetty. Oh, we've got an F-18 with us. Almost in formation. Brilliant.
This route is actually really good for low-level training in nets. So when I like that, you remember how I was in the 109 with DFD a while back, a few years back?
Yeah.
This was for that kind of that was my training. This route was my training route for that. So I'd go up, take off from Cork Airport, stay below 200 foot, and then follow the river all the way up. Then over Gougane, down Bantry Bay, and along the coast. So the same route that we're following today.
Very good. Trip says, "Poor cow, yubby." Yeah. So I think what we'll do is we'll back out a bit. Every now and then it's great. I think last stream I had Vroden suddenly appear on me in a F-35. Shark Kitty training. Yeah, that's it. So I'm starting to get a much better kind of visual of the mountains here.
Yeah, we'll probably want to go up to about 2,500 because they are quite high.
Should we do that now? Because I can see the ground actually approaching it underneath it.
Yeah, you'll probably want to be quite careful.
Okie dokie. So, for everyone paying attention, we are going to up our game, up our positive rate, and we're going to head up to 2,500 feet. And if you're watching along, you know, so great to have you here. Welcome to Positive Rate. We are the friendliest flight sim community in the world. And we'd love to have you along and fly with us. But if you're just watching, that's great too. And please hit that subscribe and the like button. It really helps us out. We're just building our community. We're about, I want to say this is our 4th stream. So we're just roughly around a month. And already getting a lot of great people coming along. I know... Big Jacko was threatening to come along, although it's quite early in the morning for him, so we'll see if he appears, but that's okay. He said he might come towards the back half, Kev, actually. So maybe he's... but I don't think he went to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning, so how he's going to get up at 7 o'clock, I have no idea. With the Australian time differences. Okay, and there we are
just
hitting...
close now, by the way, is Nakhalua.
There's 2,500, so I'll settle back in there for that. Sorry, Kev, you want to give another go at what you're trying to say? Oh, there's Trip 500.
Sorry,
see it?
Excellent. So down below us now is Nakhalua. Right
Nakhalua.
below us, the place where I'll tell you where the cows. Yeah, so A-L-L-U-A. Okay, so Alua. That's going to be Irish.
Oh, Alua, right, yeah.
Lots of these place names. Yeah, Alua, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Very beautiful. The reflections you get in the water here too are just really, really amazing.
Yeah, the sim has absolutely nailed that.
And have you seen? Now, have you flown over this area in an airplane?
Not in person, but I have in the sim a lot. Like this is kind of like my go-to route for going to Bantry.
I think Two-Tone Murphy has done it in an airplane. I think he initially did a discovery flight. I'm not sure how far along he is with that. Because
I think I remember that. I might have been along with him, yeah.
Yeah, Two-Tone Murphy's not too far away from where you are, is he?
He's up the country a fair bit.
Is he?
I think he's kind of like Bear direction.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's about for me, yeah.
And Jammy he's doing his very best to tame that mighty F-18 into some sort of 120 knot formation. I couldn't do what you're doing, mate, so I think you're doing a tremendous job. And I can see my plane's turning itself, so it's following your route absolutely brilliantly. I'm quite happy with that. But we'll just take a quick check in the cockpit and make sure it's not doing something weird.
I'm actually way too fast, so I'm probably miles ahead of you. But oh no, never mind. Yeah, so this little lake below us, that's Gugambara.
Okay. Might ask you to kind of disconnect and reconnect the call again, Kev, just see if we can get you back, because I think we're missing a lot of good stuff.
1 second.
So Wayne says lots of Irish farmers have the F1B. It's quicker to get the cows in than the sheepdog, right? Oh, the F18. I see. And Bluga says, I crashed the F18. That was you. Oh, you crashed! Oh no! Well, I think if you take off again from Cork, Bluga, you'll be back up to us in no time. I would think. It'll take you about.
I said Bantry a bit closer.
3 minutes. Yeah. Oh, I can hear you again. Hello, Kevin. So Bluga's crashed his F18, so he's resitting in Cork and he's going to catch up. Now these mountains are a bit of a different breed than what I've seen in Scotland, what I've seen in Wales. There's kind of like a red tinge to the earth here.
That's probably the rock. I don't know what type of rating it's supposed to.
So I do accept donations, but if anyone can get a hold of Kevin and buy him a new router, that'd be fantastic.
Yep, please do. It's the lines outside I think it might be the lines outside of the house because they're very old. They're supposed to be in like November. That's last year.
Yeah, I think I kind of made out that it was old phone lines. Yeah, I'm sympathetic to that because I had a very similar problem in Scotland, but.
Oh.
And they never replaced the phone line, but an old engineer came out after years of battling with them, and he followed the wire along to a post, and then pulled it out and jacked it back in again, and it's been absolutely perfect ever since. So I don't know.
Turning it off, mulligan method.
Well, pretty much what he did is he actually reset the wire into the junction box. Because it was actually, he said it was hanging by a single, almost like a thread.
Jesus.
And that's why it wasn't getting connection, and nobody had bothered to look at it because no one had looked at it in decades. So good job with that. We'll try you one more time, Kev.
Second.
Sorry, you kind of broke up again. What were you saying?
I said it's probably the same situation here.
It is the same, yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it, it's expensive, and of course if you live in a rural area, the likelihood that you're going to get seen to within the next 5 years diminishes the more remotely you are. But,
exactly, too much effort to get out to us, like, yeah.
I think it's just money as well, so...
that too.
They ran just insult to injury, they ran a fiber optic cable right past my house, and connected it up to a bunch of houses down the road, but told me it's going to take about another 3 to 4 years before I get it.
How does that work?
No idea. So, but because my copper is now stable and I have got fiber to the cabinet, I'm reasonably okay. And it's touch wood, I haven't had any problems. Mind you, with all the technical glitches we've had today, with CloudBot not working and of course you're struggling yourself, who knows what could happen at this point. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Anything could happen. Computer blow up.
That's it. Now, how far away are we from Bantry?
Not far. I can see it now. What can you see? Yeah. So you see a little island off your nose.
Yeah.
Well, not little. Yeah. That's Whitty Island. So Bantry Bay, that's Bantry Bay ahead of us now. So the easternmost point of the island, right off that, is where the airport is.
Okay. This will be interesting now. Now, if you just joined us, so I'm joined with my good friend Kevin, fantastic member of the Positive Rate family, also known as Mighty Mackrel. So if you see him in the exterior here, flying past, that is Kevin. There he is, just alongside to the head a bit. Much closer formation this week, actually, I think. Everyone's doing a fantastic job. And my job's easy, I just got to fly. But anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so this airstrip Bantry is something. It's the shortest runway I've ever seen in Flight Simulator. I suspect that this is probably one of the shortest runways in Europe. And it is not going to be easy, and I can tell you right now, Jamie, you're going to have a heck of a time trying to get that F-18 down on this airstrip. For everyone else, I think it's going to be a moderate challenge, so we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to jump off. I think we need to lose some altitude here, so I'm going to... I think I see the airstrip. You said it's on the eastern tip.
Well, it's on the mainland, but yeah, like if you look at the eastern tip of the island, you'll see it fairly easily. It's the kind of lighter green section.
I'm going to drop my gear, see if I can...
Yeah, it's kind of your 11 o'clock, looking at the stream.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Right. Sorry, it's dead ahead of me. So
if we do a loop around Willy Island anyways, so the island there, like, if you see me, to my left, or to my right side, is Willy Island. So if we do a loop around that, we get some nice sights as well, and then we'll be able to slow down.
That sounds good. I think what I want to do is find out where the wind is.
It'll be the same as Cork. It's like all kind of in the same section. So we'll probably be wanting to land kind of in a southerly direction.
It's coming from the west.
Yeah, sounds about right. So if we kind of go on, what's this direction now? Just southerly. I can't remember the runway numbers.
Hard to see if there's even a windsock down. Oh, yeah, I can just barely see it. It's pretty negligible wind. Not really much to give us a
yeah, it's very light. It's only about 3 knots on that.
Well. What shall we do? Let's see if anybody else has any preferences at the moment. Let's not dive into the water. Okay. Bit of flaps here. I think I'm just going to come from this side because I don't think the wind really matters one way or the other. But I'll wait and see what everyone else is doing. If everyone can let me get down first, this might be a fantastic stream moment to see how everyone tackles this runway. And I think that's what everyone's doing by the looks of it. They're circling around to see what happens to me first.
Sharky, have you landed on Willy Island? That's an interesting choice of
That's what I was looking at. That's what I thought, yeah. See people coming in. Dark might be attempting it. Oh, Dark's coming in. I can see him.
Good luck, Dark. It's gonna be hard one.
I think he's got it. Well done.
Nicely done, Dark.
Closely followed by an F-18 that's got absolutely no chance in God's poor fellow's basement. So we shall see what we do. So I'm going to try and come that direction. I can see BAW464. I can't remember who that was.
That'd be Nick.
Is that Nick? Sorry.
Yeah.
Nick. Amazing LeBear, how are you? He says, can you fly 2 feet above the ocean? I don't know. Can you? Or was that a philosophical question? Dark Fury says he's down. Yeah, we could see you from where I was. It looked really good, Dark.
Oh, of course, 500's in the helicopter, so yes, it's perfectly fine.
Oh, well, a helicopter should be able to manage it, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Okie dokie. Here we go. Alright, everyone get your laugh tracks ready. We'll see what happens. And I think I said I did this, tried it out yesterday. I was able to do it, so I don't know if this was first time lucky.
You said yourself that if you stay at around 70 knots, you should be grand, so I'd say try that again. If it worked once, it will work second time.
It's the Irish way of saying, you know what you did right the first time, just do that again.
Exactly.
Get a bit of wind. Oh, feeling the pedals, feeling the pedals. Feeling the pedals. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh! Oh! I don't even know how I got that.
Nicely done.
I honestly, that was ugly. And I'm gonna go off the edge here. Oh God. Well, you win the prize, Kev. You've found an airstrip that made me look like a complete heel.
That looks fine. It's kind of a little bit delayed on the stream, and it's fine to me. Look, very nicely done.
Yeah. Wait until you see the stream playback. We'll see what you think. But it was all right. Okay, let's get out of here. We're gonna put. I'm just glad to be down. Actually, after that, I was all right up to the end, and then I had a bit of a minor control issue. I was putting my feet on the pedals. That's what it was, and I lost my attention. And next thing you know, I was drifting strongly to the left and then to the right. So Jayhawk looks like he's down all right. He looks like he's nailed it. That was a much better job than myself. I think Shark Kitty had a little bit of a hopper in that Kit Fox by the looks of it. Wayne has elected to forget the runway entirely and just use the grass on the side, and why not? Because that's Spitfire. However, Wayne is on his way into the water. Bye, Wayne. Here comes Jamie with a bold attempt in the F-18. And Mighty Mackrel
Missed the runway a little bit, but
also electing to go for the grass. I think we have an F-18 in the water. If someone could send out the lifeboats.
Oh dear.
And here comes Nick, pulling up the rear. He's off the center line, but he is just on the runway. Oh, he's trying to control the rudder. Oh, he's veered off, and I dare say Nick, and he's collided with everyone else. That's okay. I don't feel so bad now. Now, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Kev. Oh, we got Jamie's coming in for a final attempt in the F-18, so give him another chance. Everybody on here are reasonably competent simmers. Oh, well done.
You're down.
Can he do the impossible? Can he do the impossible? He's obviously got his crash detection turned off.
You're a nice boat.
That's it. Well, Jamie's just discovering the joys of the amphibious F-18. So, yes, that was a tricky one, and I knew this was going to cause problems when I was trying it out last night. So,
yeah, it's
I
easier
thought,
to go for the grass.
You know, well, it never occurred to me to take the grass. Ironically, the grass was probably smoother than what the airstrip was. It's quite bumpy.
Probably, yeah.
And I don't know if that's because the scenery, maybe the scenery hasn't been leveled out, but maybe it's like that. Maybe it is like that. Who knows?
I think it is. I had a friend who flew over here to go, so they'd probably be able to vouch for that. But from what I know, the person who movies made. It might be after kind of going to disrepair.
Disrepair, yeah, fair enough. Just catch up in the chat quick here. So, Amazing LeBear says, well done. And Dark says, nice save. Yeah, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Wayne says, I'm swimming. Dark says, Shark Kitty says, I don't know, I had a lag on touchdown, but it didn't look like it bounced. Maybe it was just on my end, and it looked like a lag. It just looked like you had a bit of a hop there. That's what I thought I saw, Shark, but that's fine. I'll take your word for it. I believe you. Jayhawk says, hard flying with one hand could be fun. Yes. Oh, of course, Jayhawk, he's done something to his hand, Kev. He's broken it or something like that.
Oh, no.
He wasn't actually sure if he was going to be flying tonight, so actually, we should feel very privileged that Jayhawk's actually suffering through the pain and flying along. Thanks for coming along tonight. And I
definitely. Hope you're better soon.
You feel better. Yeah. Trip 500 says, F-18 nailed it. He will walk away from that one. Yes. And Trip says, you have a paved runway. Mine looks like grass in the sim. Yes, that's because we had to download something from Flight Sim TO. So this is just some free scenery that puts a paved strip. To be honest with you, mate, I think you're probably better with the grass anyway. Dark Fury says, I should have brought the F-35. Now, yes, the F-35B would do quite well here, actually. And probably, quite possibly, you may see an F-35 attempting that in real life, I would think, at some point. And Wade says, well, that was easy. No lies there. Beluga says, how about the 747? I think we've probably challenged ourselves enough tonight. Jayhawk says, I'm fine. I didn't get home till 11:30. It's not broken. Oh, goodness. Thank you. That's good to hear. Really good. So just a very bad sprain, which sprains can be just as worse at times as well. Amazing LeBear says, I am updating MSFS. Oh, late update. That's strange. I didn't see any updates my side. And Nick says there's a 748 coming in. Duck?
Well then. Okay.
So JB, not content with his attempted landing in a F-18, decided to go for something even more ludicrous. And therefore we've got the 747 Brilliant. And on that note, shall we crack on with our route? So if everybody would like to backtrack to where we came in, I think we shall get going here. Shark Kitty says, paved runways aren't good for Alaskan tires like I'm using. They're really made for soft surfaces. Yeah. Actually, well, that's interesting. I wonder if those kind of tires would actually purposely give you a bit of a bounce. And Kev, I'm going to have to do something that I rarely do in the Piper. I'm going to have to throttle up with the brakes on to get a high power takeoff here.
Yeah, you're going to have to probably overrun it as well into the car park because this, like the arrow finds it hard to get up in time, like so.
I think I'm going to try.
Good luck.
I think I'm going to. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to treat it like a soft field landing, so I'm going to put full flaps as well. Right, I'm going to have to cut through the middle here.
Here comes 7-4.
Just wanted to get a quick look at those positive freight liveries. Well, there's something you don't see in Bantry every day.
Wow.
Jamie, I think you were doing better in the F-18, mate. Maybe switch back to that. We've got 1, 2, 3 Scott Leaf liveries today, so I think everyone's flying the British Golf Bravo Papa Romeo Tango. And assorted other airplanes. Which looks like there should be a Piper there, but that's not showing. No, I think these are all tail draggers. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's who's in the American livery then. Yeah, someone's flying at November 905 Papa Romeo there. Very good. Pay no attention to the 747 in the lake. Okie dokie. And Dark snapped in F-35B? I don't know. All right, here we go. Soft field takeoff.
F-35.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so he must have spawned in. Okay. Here we go. Oh, look at that. The takeoff was much better than the landing. Positive rate, gear up. Doesn't like something. Gonna do a slow circle here, gain some altitude. And then I think once I get up to about 2,500, we'll turn back on course and continue on our way. And we've got a lighthouse to find, Kev, don't we?
We do indeed. It'll be a bit of a challenge, but I'd say if you keep an eye on the horizon, you'll find it.
I'm kind of cheating a bit. I got the points of interest markers on just so we can find them quicker, because I think it's probably more important that we do find and actually see this lighthouse close up than you give up hunting it down and making the stream a little less interesting. And the scenery, for free scenery, I've got to say, it is fantastic. I don't know who did it, but kudos to you. Absolutely brilliant job.
Yeah, it's Alro created, and if you look him up on flighting.to, I really like. He has a load of different lighthouses in the UK as well, and his stuff is absolutely stunning. Yeah,
I may have to check some out because there's a few significant ones in Scotland I know of.
I don't think it's the Scottish ones, but he definitely has some in the south.
Oh well, he can shove off then. No, it's alright.
Exactly.
Check him out.
Yeah, I'd say if you even sent him a message and said really just this one, he might even do it.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I that's something I've not really had on either as a scenery designer.
Yeah, that could be something interesting, like for local airports or something like that. If you wanted to pay your pivot to your area,
be a lot of good fun that. So, just to remind everyone, I'm at 2,500 feet roughly. And I'm heading back on course. If the plane does its thing, which I think it should do, and I'm going to slow that, get that right back down to 25 on the manifold pressure again. I'll settle in for a nice 120 knot cruising speed. Just so much power to this airplane, really.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful.
We'll take a quick peek. I think Dark Fury is still sitting on the ground. He's waiting for all us slowpokes to get going.
He'll have no problem catching up anyway, so he'll be grand.
I think he's a bit jealous of Roden's flying skills last week, so he's going to see if he can get into formation with me. That's what I think he might be doing. And then we can see everybody's slowly turning around to catch up with us. Well done. Do a quick check in the cockpit, see what the airplane is doing, and it does seem to be zeroing in on course here, so that is fantastic. Okie doke. Yeah, I see something that looks a bit oil related out there. Am I right in saying that, or am I just looking at something that I don't understand?
Yeah, there was a refinery in Bantry on Whiddy Island. It was built by Gulf in the 50s, but then in the 60s and 70s, it was January 1970, I think. Yeah, I have a little bit in the flight plan documentation. So it was built in 1969. It was built, sorry, with the aim of transporting oil from the Middle East to Europe. So it was with
Wow.
super tankers such as Universe Ireland, the largest ship in the world at the time, in mind.
Yep.
So, but then in 1979, the I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but the BTELGEUSE Beltiquaise, maybe, a French
Yep.
tanker, started the terminal and began loading. But towards the end of the process, a cracking sound was heard, followed by an explosion.
Oh.
So 50 people
my
were
gosh.
killed. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So 50 people were killed in the accident itself, and a salvage diver was killed in the recovery efforts afterwards.
Wow.
And it was attributed to
What a
poor maintenance of the
tragedy.
vessel. I know, yeah. It was terrible. Like, there's a monument kind of thing of the ship's bell in Bantry itself. But the saddest part of it is it was attributed to poor maintenance of the Betel Gaze, or however you pronounce it,
Yeah.
as well as incorrect unloading procedures, restraining the hull, and inadequate, faulty, and fire rescue systems in place on Whiddy Island.
You know, it's in modern days, a lot of people will complain about health and safety getting in the way all the time. But, you know, it has been years and years of lessons learned that got us to where we are today.
Exactly. Like, we wouldn't know how to fix things if it doesn't happen.
Exactly. That's right. Vroden says, where are we? Vroden, best thing to do, get yourself into an F-35B. And spawn in, if you look at the top there, at Bantry. So Echo India Bravo November. You'll be right close to us, mate. We've just taken off from there, and you should be able to catch us up pretty quick. And he says, where's my 12-bar blues? I'll have to see if I can find some. Mason LeBert, I've got to go. Bye-bye. Well, thanks for popping in, mate. It was great to see you again. I hope we see you again. And Beluga says, the A320 worked for a takeoff. Okay, doke.
I'm surprised.
Mind you, if it was empty, completely empty...
I suppose, yeah, it would just about get up. I think I've had a friend try 80 hours out of there, and that worked. But they're quite short range, or short takeoff landing aircraft, so...
Dark Fury saying, how do you close the canopy on the F-35? Look to the left, Dark. There's I believe it's a yellow lever that you click on, and that will lower it for you. I'm getting the impression Dark is this your first time in the F-35, Dark? And make sure you turn the fuel on. That's a great airplane, but I think it was actually Murph's tutorial video that he did on the F-35. There was a few tutorials out, and then Two-Tone Murphy did one where he did a VTOL takeoff and talked through how to start it up and take off, did a vertical landing on an aircraft carrier and came up back again. It was the shortest out of all the tutorial videos I saw, and I learned more from that in 5 minutes than I did from watching a combined 35 minutes of everyone else. It was just the way he did it just seemed to click in my mind. And you know, so
Murph's great for that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, kudos to you, Murph. You taught me to fly the F-35. I'm a Murph certified F-35 driver. There's J-Hog coming in nicely.
that's our Murph test.
That's it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Everyone's doing a little bit of a flyby here now. I was right. So Vroden's saying, yeah, there's a handle to the left under the canopy. It's yellow. Yeah, that's what I thought. And Vroden says Murph showed me how to do it too. He's brilliant. Isn't he brilliant? And Murph, I hope you're watching. Thank you for teaching all of us how to do the F-35 properly. Now, Jamie, after many struggles, is sneaking up on us in a 320. And I dare say he's actually pulling off a bit of a formation flight here, Kev.
Well done to him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see him there on the stream now. Jesus, he's doing great.
He's doing all right, isn't he? Well, at least the saving grace is, Jamie, at least the next runway is going to be back in Cork, and you'll actually have a decent one to land on.
Yeah, that's awesome. That runway is designed for A320s. I see him here now. She's got full flaps and full slats.
Yeah, full flaps. He's doing everything he can to try and stay in.
Yeah, I think I even see some landing gear there.
Yeah, indeed. Well, now some people may say you'd never see an A320 doing that. You're wrong, because they do quite often do things like this when they're doing things around Farnborough Air Show or Paris Air Show.
Yeah, I think they do it too at the pre-air show. They
did, and I'll tell you, some of the maneuvers that the pilots pull in those airliners, anything up to a 777 or a Dreamliner kind of size, or an A350. I mean, they're treating those airplanes like not quite like fighters, but certainly I would say high agility military transports or something like that, And it just shows what they're actually capable of when there's no passengers to worry about being sick or dying. It's quite amazing.
It would surprise you, to be honest, though.
He's doing his best. He's doing his best. Now, I love this island off to the side here. I'm just going to get a bit of altitude. Actually, what I'll do is I'll turn down the sim noise. And Microsoft, if you're listening, Asoba, if you're listening, please, 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 at some point give us an external engine or ambient noise volume outside the cockpit. That would be great. From me and all the streamers worldwide, we'd really appreciate that. Anyway, Kev, what is this really? Oh, I think this is a peninsula, so this is it's actually part of the mainland we're looking at, isn't it?
It is indeed. So this is coming up on Mizzen Head. So if I remember right, it's the most southwesterly point in Ireland. Most southerly point in mainland Ireland, yeah.
Okay.
So there's an old signal station here for like an old lighthouse kind of.
Right.
I have a bit of description here now. So it's an old signal station, weather station, and lighthouse. As well as that, so a little bit behind the signal station, there is an old sign from the emergency, or World War II. We call it the emergency here in Ireland.
Okay.
So it read ERA, which is the Irish word for Ireland, of course. So it was made out of whitewashed stones that were kind of like there was a load of those dotted around the country to let pilots know that they were flying over neutral Ireland. But this one,
right.
the one here now, yeah, you can't see this one, but there's one in the sim that you can see over in Dunleary, over in Dublin. So
Okay.
I might drop a photo of that in the Discord when we've landed.
But
They're really cool. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll do that when we landed anyways. But yeah, they're like a lot of them have either been dismantled for construction, or just can't be seen in the sim, or that like they've been kind of just worn away.
Absolutely fantastic. And I take it are we on the way out to the lighthouse now? Is that where we're heading?
We are indeed. Our next turn will be a heading of 119 degrees to the lighthouse.
So we'll just do a quick check back into the airplane, make sure that she's happy. Shark Kitty says your gear is fully up, right? I see your gear partially out. Oh, I don't know.
Looks fine on my end.
According to me here, it looks like it is in. Yes. Shark Kitty was looking to see if I was playing with the emergency release lever. I think that's why she's asking that. She's trying to catch me.
Great fun.
There's something hanging out. Tuck it back in again. Right. Roden says, I'll be right there, so we shall see another F-35 with us at one point. Here we go out. Now, this is where we get to see the really cool thing. And I'm only going to do, when we get close, Kev, is I'm going to take it off autopilot. Look at that. I mean, that is screenshot worthy right there. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Reflection of clouds in the water, too. I would love to see something like this in real life. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I say it myself, like, so I'd see this every now and then, and it's absolutely beautiful just seeing this, like this cloud being reflected down onto the water. It's so nice.
Just stunning.
We could probably start dropping down to 500, because that will get us a nice look at the lighthouse beach spot.
Well, I'm going in manual, baby. I'm going to be taking a dive on it.
What, will I get you a siren for it?
It. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
visual on the lighthouse now? Right ahead of us, straight ahead.
Let's go have a look. Okie dokie. Right, so let's go have a look at this lighthouse.
I think it's right in the sun for you, so you might have to move your camera a little bit to see it.
It's alright. We shall come in from a different direction so we can actually get a proper look.
Just got buzzed by Dark. Hello.
Probably actually, if we come around from the other side, from this direction of the sun, I think I'll look around that way.
Yeah, you'll probably get the best view of it there.
I like your idea better, actually. I'm going to sun autopilot. Really get the camera out while we're coming close to it here. Should we take another run at it? Okay. It is really, really cool. Is there
Yeah.
can you get day trips out to it?
Yeah, they do boat trips out to it. I've never been on one now, so I couldn't tell you anything much about them, but I've had friends that have been on them anyways, yeah.
Is that? I think you've just added something to my bucket list, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's definitely something I'd love to do myself anyways. But yeah, if you're ever in Ireland, I'd definitely recommend visit this kind of direction of the county anyways. But yeah. Are we headed back on the main course anyways now, or are we gonna
I'm
do
just
another
going to
loop?
take one more quick fly by this and I'll go back on course.
Excellent. I'll do another loop for you, so.
Because when someone's taking the time to make some scenery like that.
Exactly, yeah. It's definitely well worth spending some time to look at.
I know there's a shortcut I'm missing to change the drone speed on this. It always resets to 10. I hate that. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Fastnet Lighthouse off the southern coast of the Republic of Ireland.
Fun little fact about Fastnet, it's the midpoint of the Fastnet race, which goes from France, around Fastnet and back to France, as far as I can remember.
Brilliant. Right. So, after that little jaunt, and some fantastic sightseeing, we've caught our landmark, magnificent Fastnet Lighthouse. And if you thought that was good, check out the show description in YouTube and you will find a link through to flightsim.to. It's completely free. Absolutely corker. I'll definitely make a trip back here to this area of the world. Don't know if I'll go back to Bantry. But I'll certainly go to Cork. Let's get back
Bantry from the land is lovely, Bantry from the air is a challenging approach.
I absolutely, wholeheartedly agree, sir.
You can actually take boat trips out to Willy Island as well, by the way. And I've never been myself, but it seems like a really nice trip.
Now, am I safe? Am I safe at 1,500 feet for the rest of the journey here, or do I need to think about going back up to 2,500?
2,000 should be grand until we get over, like, once we get past Union Hall and Landor, I'd say it should be right to get up to, like, go back down to 1,500.
Okay, 2,000 it is.
Yeah, you'll be grand there.
Extra bit of juice to get up there quicker.
Right off our nose, by the way, is Cape Clear, so that's the Gaelic area. So, like, Irish only is spoken on that island.
Yeah.
So in Irish it's called Ilon Chaya.
Ilon Chaya.
Ilon Chaya. Yeah, in Irish it's a lot of vowels. It's a bit like Scots Gaelic.
You're probably closer to the Gaelic than I am. I mean, I it's one thing I hear it every so often. I mean, more what I hear is Scots. So typical Scots, which is not really Gaelic. It's
like if you go up north,
romanticized, bastardized English. Wayne's gonna love that. Just catch up in the chat quick. So he's
gonna love the terminology.
Beluga's saying you have to keep a high pitch and adjust throttle to the vertical speed going into negatives, then hit a bit of throttle, vice versa. Ooh, right. That sounds interesting. Beluga says, I'm going to go now. It was fun. Have a good day. Beluga, sorry I missed that. Thank you for coming along, mate. It was really good to have you. Bit of a laugh there watching all the different attempts on the runway. So thanks for coming along. And Trip 500 says, what, we are not going to land at the lighthouse.
I mean,
well,
there's
a helipad. You know, I didn't even think about that. We could have possibly seen if Rudin could have made a touchdown there. I'm sure that's what they were trying to do. Alright, settling back down to our normal manifold pressure and dropping us to 120 knots. And Ben says, yo! Hi, Ben. How are you doing? And Wayne says, I love the Maori soundtrack too. Thank you, Wayne. It was accidental, to be fair. It's on shuffle, but as soon as I heard it, it kind of fit the scene. I thought, yep, there we go. That'll do. That'll do. Anyway, I think the airplane is relatively happy, so I'll have a look outside again. Can I hear another jet? Although this sounds like the dulcet tones of an F-35. Can't see it yet. Oh, there it is! And another one in the distance. There's Dark and Vroden. I was going to say, now there's something you don't see every day, but you know, I suspect you'll be seeing a few F-35s flying over this area soon. Shall we try and hunt out some blues music? I don't know if there is any. We can try. Some cool rock. I don't know if that's any good. White blues. A bit more bluesy than the last tune. I did my best, Wayne, sorry. Or was it Vroden that was asking for that? I can't remember. And Shark Kitty says, I took an up-close shot of the lighthouse. Brilliant. Can't wait to see that, actually. Don't forget, guys, if you're taking screenshots, take plenty of them and post them into the Positive Rate screenshot form, and they'll appear in the community Discord gallery that shows up at the beginning of each stream. Just because I want to see. And Trip says I'm right on your tail. Oh, there he is. He's coming up in the helicopter, which looks like an airplane. We'll get a wider shot here so we can try and catch him. I'm glad I picked this time of day. I think we've gotten some really amazing shots. Probably a bit of glare at times, but it's just some amazing reflections in the water.
Exactly, yeah, it looks absolutely stunning.
And I don't know about where you are, but we've had some really spectacular sunsets the last few weeks. Not every day.
Yeah, I was looking at the window earlier, just before the stream started. I looked out the window and it was just orange completely.
Yeah. It's a problem that F-35 is amazing to look at, but as soon as it gets close to you, it's just absolutely dominates the sound. I'll need you to look out for us. I'm looking back the way at the moment, Kev.
Say again?
So I'm looking out the back of the airplane right now, so you'll have to kind of get me a heads up if we're getting close.
Yeah, we're near Skibbereen at the time, so we're close enough, like.
And Shark Kitty says you're really dogfighting with that arrow, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm experienced with the spit more so than I am with the arrow. Well, then again, I did 2 tours in the arrow, but yeah, I'm more experienced with the spit in this area, so.
Wade says, could we have an airport a bit bigger than the postage stamp, please, Kev?
I mean, we could send you to Lukla.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It's probably not far off the same length as Bantry. The difference is it goes uphill.
Exactly, yeah. The difference between Bantry and Lucla is one is on a hill, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. So now I actually feel quite
Courchevel is another
useless.
interesting one.
As you say, as far as all the landings today, anyone you can walk away from. And when they're in
Exactly.
a
If the plane can be used again, it's an excellent landing. If you can walk away from it, then it's good.
that's it. And when you're in a simulator, you can walk away from pretty much any landing.
Exactly.
So,
Because you get up off the chair.
not necessarily brag about them, but and you know what? I give you credit. It was challenging. I did far better in practice yesterday than when I did today. But it's cool because it doesn't have to be perfect. I felt challenged. It looked challenging. I did just kind of make it, but it was a great load of fun. It was a nice, quirky destination for us today, Kev. So thanks for that.
Yeah, I thought you'd like to know yours.
Everyone seems to be all coalescing, coming into slow formation behind. Absolutely brilliant job, guys. You know what? Tonight, big kudos to everybody in Positive Rate tonight. All of you guys have done a fantastic job and just some really tight formations and flying together as a group tonight. Really, really flying together as a group. Absolutely amazing. Blow my mind. You blow my mind. They must. This is how you know when the Positive Rate family's happy with the route, because they all fly together. if it's a boring route, they all start going different directions, and I'm just kind of out my own, kind of looking around, saying, "Is anybody flying with me?" Absolutely fantastic. Look at that.
Yeah, by the way, if anybody wants to see what these places look like in real life, I have some photos, some Google Maps a bit later on attached to the handout. So if you want to have a look at that, then that's up to you.
That'd be great. Yeah, we can post a link in the chat.
Yeah, sure. It's in the description already, anyways. So.
It's okay.
The handout is in the description. Say again?
Gonna have a wee music interlude here. Give me a minute. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. So that was Glandore and Union Hall. They just passed over there, and just beyond that, where we turned first was Lep. It's spelled Leap, but it's pronounced Lep because Irish has to be like that.
Okie dokie. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful country, mate.
Yeah, I'm proud to be living
Really, really neat.
here.
Everything's clicking today. The land, the sky, the water. The positive rate family. Absolutely brilliant. Who needs Cloudbot when you got some great scenery and friends to fly with it?
Exactly.
I guess we're rounding up close to Cork now, aren't we?
Yeah, we did run there. We're back. So this is Clon. Is it? Okay. So this now is the long strand. So all the way you can see then is Roscarbery town.
Ah, okay, I see. Yeah. Here I should be going 120 knots. Yes, I am. I'm checking up the hit chat here. Nick says, practice, that's cheating. And Louise, go to Dublin. Oh, hello, Louise. Oh, thank you for coming along. How are you? We're going to Cork. I don't think we have enough time to go to Dublin tonight, but that is a very good suggestion. And actually, I'm keen on doing Dublin the next time. But I'll tell you what, Louise, you could join the Discord community and submit a flight plan to us, and you're happy to fly with us. You might even get to fly and talk with me live on stream. And don't forget to subscribe, folks, please. The subscriptions and the likes are very important to us and really help us grow as a channel. So great to have you along, and thank you for joining us tonight. And if you're watching on Restream, we fly every Thursday. God, it's all going wrong tonight. I'm having a technical breakdown, Kev. Every Thursday at 1900 Zulu. Come and fly with us. Microsoft West Europe server. We usually try to get together just beforehand, make sure that we're all set to go, and we'd love to have you along. And thank you for watching. Right, Kev, sorry. Where are we now?
So this is Gallyhead. We've just passed over the long strand, and we're heading along to Sheep's Head, if I remember the name right.
Right.
Right ahead of us as well, beyond Sheep's Head is the old sail, of which Luciano sunk.
So I'm kind of making every second word out. You seem to be getting into a lag.
Right. Am I better now?
Give it a sec, see if it comes down a bit.
Yeah. Let's see if I'm back with that. I'll try and respeak it.
And sorry, Dark and Nick, yeah, Cloudbot's not working. I don't know why, but if anybody's watching, you can go to the show description, the show notes in the YouTube underneath the video, and you will find a link through to our Discord channel. And just click that. And hopefully, now I know what I got to do tomorrow is get a test stream up and try and figure out what's going wrong with Cloudbot.
I think I'm back. Is my voice any better?
Hard to say. I think it might be okay.
If it is, anyway, off just behind us now, it's now off to the left. That's here in Cork.
Off to the left, yeah. You're kind of getting every second word, but I've heard look to the left. And
yeah, so off to the left anyway. Well, I think you were getting. Is that Cork? No, that's Clonakilty. You're seeing there. Yeah, okay. So up ahead, that's Sheep's Head.
Sheep's Head? I heard Sheep's Head.
Right. So
is that because it looks like a sheep's head?
I think so. Unless it's sheep.
Hope we get you back fully stable, Kevin. It's been worth kind of trying to keep you on, but yeah, I hope you're able to sort that internet connection out.
Yeah, I know. Really annoying us. Like we were promised win, and we still didn't, so.
Yeah, no worries. These things happen.
Exactly.
Right. So.
You see the head with like sorry. Yeah.
No, sorry. Just doing a quick cockpit check here. Still got plenty of fuel. Oh, actually, the fuel's starting to look a wee bit on the low side. I think we still got enough to get home.
Yeah, but if it's not fair. But do you see that? It's kind of like what looks like an island off the end of it.
Yep, I can see it. Yep, island looks like an island off the end.
Yeah, that's the old head there. So the Lusitania was kind of a few miles after that.
They're kind of making it so there's something's a few miles off from it.
The Lusitania. So you know the ship that made the remember the torpedoes and that made the Americans turn World War One.
Ah, right. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, so that's the torpedo here.
I just thought of something that might help our little issue here. Because yeah, I feel like we're missing half of all the good stuff you're trying to bring us today.
I don't know what's not going through. I'm just saying, you're not getting them.
There is a quality of service switch on voice and video in settings. I don't know if that would help.
What's it called again?
Enable quality of service high packet priority. But it says some routers or internet service providers may misbehave when this is set. So I guess the first question, is it not set? If you turn it on, does it make it better? Or if it is set, try turning it off.
It's on now. Is it?
Possibly disconnect, reconnect, see if that brings you back. But I think then that'll be all we can. Hello? Okay. So. No, I think it might be about the same. I don't know. It was a chance.
Hopefully you can get what I'm trying to say is.
Getting little by little. It's definitely gotten a lot worse in the last 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, it's annoying.
It is, yeah. But this is some peninsula here. It is really different.
Yeah, that's the old head now. Like that, you're old. It's only and who's there? Like you can see it from the other side of the coast.
Take a quick look back, see who's with us. That's the real stars of the show. Nothing to do with me. I'm just along for the ride. Here are all the real stars. Big thanks to Dark Fury, Vroden, see you, Shark Kitty. Nick down, who is BAW464. J-Hog is there, broken hand and all. What a champion. And of course, I can see Kevin Mighty Mackrel down below, and Wayne zooming about in what looks like a Bonanza, but is actually a Spitfire. One day, hopefully, I will have the Spitfire. It'll look like a Spitfire, but not today. So there you go. And of course, just off to the side, we've got Plane Nerd in a helicopter. I don't know. Is that someone in the distance? I think that's somebody in the distance. Never mind. You're always surrounded by someone on the servers. It's amazing. Even when you think you're alone, you're always with somebody.
Yeah, tried to like, and there was always some Takeoff in the distance. It was great to have company.
Oh, just getting some fantastic shots of the old head here. Look at that. That's stunning. I'll tell you what, this sim every day impresses me more and more. Absolutely blown away by it.
Absolutely. The only problem can be very finicky with certain mods, like 2x pushback recently has started causing issues.
Yeah, it has. It's causing FPS issues, I've heard. Mind you, I mean, touch wood, I've not had any problems myself yet. And there was an update in Flight Sim TO that he's aware of the issue and he's working on an update, so...
Yeah, at least working on it anyways.
So I'm hoping that he's probably found the issue.
Fingers crossed, like, at least if he hasn't found it, he's working on finding it, because it's a great mod.
It is a fantastic mod, absolutely. I mean, I'll tell you what, I can't think of a time, certainly not in Microsoft Flight Simulator history, I think Shark Kitty might have a view on X-Plane, where we've had so many great things for free. It's absolutely astounding.
Exactly, yeah, it's amazing.
Comes old Dark. He's getting a little bit tighter in the formation here. I take it he'll be an STOL configuration. And how far are we away? We're getting in close to our turn.
We're not far at all, like, it's Cork here, so we'll just be up there and round into the city and be into the airport, basically.
Yeah, it looks like this is our last leg before we start turning inland, yeah. It's every time I look out the window, I see something slightly different than what I saw before. Which,
yeah, there's nothing to say in the country.
I suppose that's how the Earth works, but it's like equally dramatic, but in a slightly different way, if that makes any sense.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you can't go two places in the country and do the same thing.
Yeah, I think what you were saying, you can't go two places the same place in the country and see the same thing. Was it something like that?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, to be a private pilot out in Ireland. What a lovely place. Absolutely great.
Yeah, I've been up before with the training academy here in Cork, and like I went over to the old section to where we went to, and like even then the scenery was stunning, and that's half as dramatic as this in the country or county.
Yeah. Someone with a single nose gear, might be Shark Kitty, I'm not sure. Wayne says the leprechauns have fiddled with Kev's radio transmissions. They have indeed. I think they're probably jumping on his telephone wire. That's what the problem is.
If I did, I'm broken a long time ago.
That's it. Vroden says the sim is running incredibly well for me today. Good. I've not had any issues. I was watching EasyJet Sim Pilot's channel yesterday. He'd done a recording about doing a fix for degradation over time, which was kind of fiddle about with the registry, which is an interesting one. It was something to do with the network service or something like that. However, the one thing that I've done, so I used to throttle the FPS with the NVIDIA control panel. I'd actually force it to 30 frames per second because I'm quite happy with 30 frames, and if I can gain back performance and smoothness by limiting to 30, then I'm really, really happy with that, and it looks pretty decent on stream. But what I've done since the Sim Update 8 is I've taken that off completely, and I'm now using the VSync option in Flight Simulator settings, and that seems to work even better. And I don't get any, every now and then I would get an occasional stutter, Kev, and now I get nothing. It's absolutely rock solid.
Exactly. Like I was saying, they ordered all 2-by pushback, and then did 6-hour flight. It was great.
Yeah. And of course, yes, we're all very conscious that we want to hear Kev desperately. I mean, we're getting every second word, unfortunately, again.
Oh no.
It must be
I'll try this again
everybody
now.
on your. I was going to say everybody on your block must be watching Netflix or the.
I wouldn't be surprised just after Paddy's Day, like.
That's it. Keeping up with the Kardashians. St. Patrick's Day special. Kanye West drinks green beer. Yeah, so Roden says 30 doesn't cut it for VR. No, I could totally understand that. I think for VR I'd want to have at least a solid 60. But I'm not going to get VR. I certainly don't look at 4K anytime soon. So 1080p, no VR for me. It's looking absolutely fantastic. Really happy. And Trip 500 says it's not jumping on it, it's chewing on it. Yeah. And a super smooth stream. Thank you, Trip. I do appreciate that. Unlike Big Jacko, this morning, it seemed to slow down to like 5 frames per second. I'm not sure if that was today or yesterday. But yeah, it looked like it was having he got a big donation, and I think it was yesterday. This Big Jacko has just started out like myself, Kev, like us.
Yeah.
It was a fellow Black Evo who's a big follower for Oz Flight Simulator, and he was watching Jacko's stream yesterday. $400 Aussie donation.
Jeez,
and he's just starting out, and Jacko was completely caught off guard, and you could see he was just trying to hold it together. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! And then at the same time, his sim went from completely perfect to 5 frames per second. It was almost like the sim was reacting to the overwhelming donation as well.
That could be doing my pushback though. That's what happened to me. Like, oh, the app's doing my pushback, so just hit me hard.
Yeah. I'm just going to do a quick subscriber test here.
Dang.
So that will probably look a bit confusing, but that's all right. Start replay buffer. No. Notifications. Cloudbot. I keep wanting to fiddle with it. I want to fix it, but I can't. I gotta finish the stream. Vroden says, "Yeah, I hit 5 frames per second. I didn't even get the 400." I don't know if that was a prerequisite for the donation, Vroden, but it was. It certainly seemed like there was a coincidence.
Wouldn't meant for.
I know you said something there, Kev. I couldn't make out a word of it.
Sorry, I said I wouldn't mind 400 quid even if I get 5%.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And of course, I'm missing some great formation flying here. Absolutely perfect. Well done, guys. We need some going home music. I don't know if we got anything like that. Yeah, there we go. I think it's time to come in for a landing. I saw an airport around here somewhere.
Yeah, Cork Airport's kind of just off to our left. We'll head up to the city and then kind of come around in a little bit of an S-bend to come on to 2-5 again.
I see. Okie dokie. And we seem to get you back loud and clear that time.
Excellent. Hopefully it stays that way. Is it still okay?
Yeah, it's still alright at the moment.
Perfect. we might have me for landing.
Yeah, we may well do. And Trip says, what the hell was that? What the hell was what? Don't know.
If he has the wires mod installed and was flying low, there's some very low power cables along along the River Lee up through Rushbrook and Carrigaloe and all that, so he might have hit one of those.
Oh, possibly. I can see, it looks like almost dockyards down there, I think.
Yeah, that's Tivoli there, so that would be the Cork Docklands, I think.
Cork
Unless,
Docklands.
where are you? One second there, I'll try and find where you are.
Over a river. Or a canal, anyway.
Yeah, that's Tivoli there that you're getting next to. Yeah, that's Cork City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I look straight at the ground, I can see a building and a street. Where's that?
Cork City.
It's,
that's definitely Tivoli, so.
It reminds me of the that old Simpsons episode where there's a Chief Wiggum. He's trying to give his location. He goes, "I'm passing directly under the Earth's sun now."
Well, I mean,
Oh, someone's watching Netflix next door again, mate.
oh dear. Yeah.
That's all right. Let's check in for this landing. I think we're going to be doing runway 25 again.
Yeah, we'll go to 5, but if we head into the city a bit more and then take a left turn at the waterworks, I'll tell you when. Then you get the most views that you want. That I want to get you to see.
Dark Fury says that's a corker. Ah.
Well done, Dark.
Shark Kitty says, "Oh snap! It kills you even when you fly under the cables." Oh, there you go. Oh, is this? I didn't download it in the end. I thought, nah, something's going to go wrong if I get that.
Yeah, Shark just killed half the city's power supply. Very well done.
That's it. Well, Kitty is down then, says Shark. Oh dear, what a finish. That's unlucky.
We're passing by UCC now, by the way, so one of the top universities in Ireland.
Okay, let's get a quick look at this.
I'll see if we can find the quad there. Yeah, the sports, the running back there in the middle is the Marriott Arena. One second, I'm trying to install.
I can see a very university-looking type of structure, yes.
Yeah, so where I am now is Castle White. I'm right over the quad at the moment.
Okay.
And then there's your building. Yeah, so right where I am now at the moment is UCC. Next now is the Lock. It's just locally pronounced.
Actually, I might have been looking at a shopping center. It looked like an impressive. Well, it was either a university or a shopping center, so if you think it was a university, then I'm happy with that.
Yeah, like you see is massive. Like to get from one side of the campus to the other, it's about 5-minute walk. So
Yeah.
you were already doing some part of it.
Anyway, there's the runway. So let's think about getting this thing into landing configuration. And there's runway 25. That's what we're going to do. So we are going to do a left-hand circuit. We are currently on the base leg as we come over Cork Airport. Time to get your game face on, Kev. Let's get this plane down.
A lot easier than
Fuel pumps. We're going to use our gyro as a basis for our down one leg, so I am now got 25 behind me. Get up the first degree of flaps there. And we'll get our gear down. Looking for that runway. There it is. Watching our altitude here, getting a bit low. Checking everything. 3 green on the runway, so a little bit early. And a little bit high. We'll let that airplane just drift over a bit. Try and lose a bit of altitude there. Watching the speed about 80 knots. Slowly bring that power back. Still a little bit high. Knots. Try and hold that thrust. Add a little bit of power. Get down. And drop our power off. Just down there. Oh, here we go. Should just be able to get off to the side here. Bit of a wheel. There I go. It was looking great until I taxied off. I was getting too overzealous. I should have actually just rolled forward. And Wayne's already sitting us, waiting for us in the Spitfire there. We'll go up and sit beside the old gent here, shall we?
Whew, down and vacated.
Parking brakes on. Look outside the aircraft here. One of our F-35s has landed on the grass. Kitty says there was a bonk sound. I think that's new. No, is that a helicopter up on the... Must be. Fruden's way down the end, I think. Anyways, Kevin, yeah, it's a shame about the audio there, but...
Definitely, sorry about that, like, I couldn't get it working.
Yeah, I mean, you're okay just now. Just barely.
Nice.
But, no, it was, you know, fantastic flight. Beautiful country, beautiful route. That lighthouse was just absolute icing on the cake. I really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And, you know, so much effort that you put in. And again, if you're watching, if you want to fly the route that we've just flown, check out the show description below. You'll see a link to the flight plan. Absolutely brilliant. Really good. You can download it and fly yourself in the flight simulator if you like. And do check out the free scenery on flightsim.to for the Fastnet Lighthouse. Very cool. Very cool. And if you dare, you can try out the airstrip at Bantry. Don't bring an A320. Anyway, but Kev, I think it's just about time for us to say goodbye. So I want to give you my very best and thanks, and we'll have to do this again, and hopefully the next time you'll have a bit more of a reliable internet connection. We can hear everything that you said, because I'm sure that it was 100% fascinating, but only about 50% audible. So, but hopefully next time we'll be right.
Yeah, thanks for having me anyways.
Yeah, likewise. And a big thank you to everybody here. So thank you to Trip 500 who joined us today. Great to have you along, mate. It was really, really cool. Vroden, of course, lovely. Always great to have you, mate. And Nick and Dark, big thank you to both of you, and Shark Kitty, of course, for taking care of our channel and showing some fantastic formation flying. I can see now Trip he is in a helicopter. I don't have the H145. I've got the 135. So if he tried that, I would have seen a helicopter, but I don't have the 145. But that's why he's sitting on the roof, which is fair. And of course, Wayne, thanks old mate. Thanks for coming along. And to everybody who was on the channel prior to today. Oh, we've got someone just sneaking in at the very end here. Hurry up, you're late for the photo shoot. There we go. Perfect. I'll take a screenshot of that. Anyway, we finished on time, Kev. That's how good you are. That's how good you are.
Brilliant. I'm like how well that went.
Trip 500 says, "Good flight, guys. Thank you." Yeah, absolutely, Trip. It was a lot of fun. Wayne says, "Well done, Kev. Nice VFR over the Emerald Isle. Fantastic."
Cheers, Wayne.
Yeah, and Trip 500 says, "Thanks for hosting." I think that was directed at you, Kev. Adam Srina, welcome. Exclamation Willy, I don't think that does anything, and CloudBot's not working right now for some reason, so I have no idea why. But thank you for joining in, and do check us out next week, Adam, 1900 Zulu on Thursdays, when we fly every week with the Positive Rate team. We are Positive Rate. We are community driven. Please do join our Discord channel and subscribe to the channel so you get notifications on the next Positive Rate. But it's every Thursday at 1900 Zulu. Next week, I'm doing the flight route, and we're going to Portugal, because that's where I'm going to be flying the week after that. So do check that out. Watch for notifications on the show. Rodin says, "Good flight, Willie. I'm going to the lodge. Those beers aren't going to drink themselves." Quite right, mate. I wish I could join you. And Jayhawk says, "Thanks, enjoyed that." Right. Well, Kev, for one last time, thank you very much, mate. Have a great flight.
Thank you too.
Thank you to everyone in the stream. As we slowly pull off the tunes here and bring down the noisy ambience of the flight simulator. And now it's time for me to say, you've been watching Positive Rate. I'm Willy Canuck. Have a good night. Take care.